Hello and welcome. It's been nearly a month since I posted my last video because I have been busy working, but I'm gonna try to filter in guess different company cars that I'm driving each week, and this week, as you can see by the title, I have this 19 VW Jetta GLI, and I've had it since, well, maybe last Thursday. It's currently Tuesday. I know, I really like this car. I really like this car. I don't normally post cars because I'm just busy, but I figure I'm not doing anything today, and I'll do a little video review. I have a head mount, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get some cool driving video. See how that turns out. I've yet to try it in my G35, but yeah, I can test it out here. But this is the car I've been driving, and I can say I like it. It's car to stick. I would really consider getting one. The only problem is I do not want to have a car payment. So, I mean, yeah. But I'm just gonna do a little walk around. One thing I've noticed is there's no Jetta badges on the outside of this car. I don't know if they typically have Jetta badges on the outside, but this one does not have any Jetta badge. Second thing about this car is it's kind of, I mean, I know it's a compact car, but it's kind of like a mid-size. Like, it feels big to me. Not big, but like mid-size. To me, especially. The red's nice. I love the Mazda red better. I'm not the biggest fan on red, but I mean, I don't mind it. Maybe black or white or silver would work more on this car. But yeah, this is the exterior. Very aggressive. Very modern, I guess. I couldn't really tell when I got this car if it was the newest version or not. I looked up the 22s. I guess the Mark 8, the 8th generation of these. They look a little bit different. It's like kind of tweaked a little bit. But this, looked it up, 230 horsepower. That's kind of what it feels like when I'm driving it. There's a little bit of turbo lag. At my job, when we fill the cars up, we don't have 87 and 93 and different kinds of grades of the fuel. We just have 87. So every car there gets 87. So I'm pretty sure if this car had 93, it would really wake it up. Although when I put it in sport mode, it seems to be a lot better, and you'll see that later in the driving portion of this video. Okay, so stepping inside and sitting down, this is the place obviously you're going to interact with the most. And I just changed it so you can see more of it. This is the center screen, and first thing I don't like about this is this black material, piano black, that's what they call it, because you can see fingerprints get stuck to there very easily. And it's like everywhere you touch there's residue left over there, so it's kind of disgusting, even though I'm the only one that's touched this car since it's been cleaned. But you have different modes, so you can go to radio right here and you can choose all your radio stations, and you can tune your radio stations. You can go click app up here, and you have your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and I think MirrorLink is, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm pretty sure you can just mirror the screen on your phone to here, which I don't know if I can do that on my phone. I think I can. I know I can do it to my TV, but I haven't yet tried that with here. Correct me if I'm wrong with that feature, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You have your voice, so you can just tell it the command, and you have car, and it just tells you information here. Kind of useless information, don't really need it, to be honest. You have, let's see, I went over all of them. Sound, changed the different settings of your speakers and how you like that. So yeah, I went through all these here. You can turn it off, but when you turn it off you can't hear the music. Now it would be nice if you could like still hear your music playing when you turn it off, because it would kind of give it like a nice feel, especially at night. If you don't want to have all this light here, it would be nice if you could turn that off and just keep your music on, but you can't do that, unfortunately. Just checking. Nope, you can't do that. So then you have your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. One thing that no other car company I've seen besides Kia, Hyundai do this, where you can just use your Bluetooth to automatically connect to Android Auto. You have to use the cable. Now that's fine and it works fine most of the times, except I realized I had a faulty cable. So if you have one of those cables where it's on its last leg and it only charges at a certain angle or stuff like that, if you have that plugged in here, and there's a USB slot right here for your cable, if you have that plugged in and it's one where it is a specific angle, your Android Auto will go back and forth, or connecting back and forth. I have a cable like that, and with the glass car I was in, it wouldn't even work at all because of that cable, but I plugged it in here and it's been working fine. I don't know if the connection is better with the system. I'm not really sure what metrics it uses to have better connection. So moving on to the center screen, kind of like the VW Arteon I had, it's the same full digital dash. Let me close the door real quick. And you can just do different views here, and you can see different metrics, and then you can go over here. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can go over here and click through here. Most of this stuff isn't really that useful, to be honest, because if I go to, well, it's not connected to Android Auto right now. If I would go to Android Auto, it doesn't show me like the little map here. It just has a picture of my phone. One thing I noticed this doesn't have, there's no navigation on this car. I guess they figured you use Android Auto, and that's fine. But I then don't get any navigation here. So it's like, it's kind of like, what's the point of this big screen if I can't use that for navigation? I've tried looking everywhere. I've tried, but I know on the VW Arteon, which had a very similar display to this one I have here, there was a nav button, and I would click the nav button, and then I would hit, do you want to put it on the center screen? And I hit yes, and then I would have my navigation up here. With this, I don't have it, so it kind of makes that space feel empty. They need to, I don't know if the newest ones have that, but it definitely should be a feature. So now for some other things. So yesterday I was kind of playing around with these, the heated seats right here, and I clicked this one by accident, and I was like, wait, is that cooled seats? And I was like, I don't feel anything coming through the seats, because I was like, you would think with this icon right here and it being blue, contrasted to this icon being red and this heated seats, you think that this would be cool seats. It was not. I looked it up and it turns out to be ventilated seats. So they said you should feel some air. It won't be cool air, but it would just be, I guess, room temperature air coming through. I haven't felt anything. I've tried. I had the car on for hours while I was driving. I didn't feel anything coming through the seats. So that's kind of a letdown. I don't really understand the feature here. They should just make it cooled seats, because my sister's Lexus from 15 years ago has cooled seats. That should have been integrated. Especially if you have ventilated seats, can you at least make them cooled? This center storage bin, it's pretty big. You have a USB slot there, so that's nice. You also have a 12 volt socket. 12. Also have a cigarette lighter. You can put your old school charger in here. I have one right here. I always have it with me in case cars don't have it. A lot of cars I'm finding have this, but then I get surprised sometimes and they don't have the USB slots, and I'm like, it's a brand new car, why doesn't it have a USB slot? So I plug this in and it works fine. Moving into the back seats here, you notice that it's not really much going on. You don't have any chargers back here at all, and it's just kind of very dark and not much going on back here. You have a little strap right here, and you have a little cup holders, you have a little pass-through. These seats also go down. I had to return a box that I got. Now these seats do go down. I had to return a package I got for the Infiniti G35 to make it look a little, nicer. Ended up didn't fit properly, so I I had to put it in this big box, and I tried putting it in the Infinity. Wouldn't fit. So I was like, let me just see if it fits in here. And it fit perfectly. So I'll put the seats down in a second. Button is right here. It's funny, on these VW Audis, it looks like a window switch, and they put it there. My mom's Audi has the same thing, and most VW Audis, it's a whole thing. But I mean, this trunk is a pretty good size right here. It's probably as big as my Accord was, if not bigger. And your little controls are right here. You can pull that, and then you just put it down like this, and it goes flat. And now, excuse me, you get all this space. Now it doesn't fold flat. There's a little crevice right there, but I mean, it becomes a lot of space. You get a lot of space to probably you could probably fit 4 tires back there if you wanted to. But yeah, another thing I failed to mention was we have a sunroof up here. We have a shade. It's not manual. It's not automatic. It is manual. One thing I like about this, and it's funny because these features would be cool to me if my mom's Audi from 2013 didn't have it. But a lot of cars don't have this. I can put back the sunroof and keep the shade up, so I can get the air in, but I don't have to get the sun in. And that's one thing I hate, because when I was driving my Accord around, or any car with a sunroof, the shade always goes back with the sunroof. So you know, you're getting the wind in, but you're getting all the sun in. So normally you just have your sunroof popped open. Regardless of this is nice. This is a nice feature. And then you close it back with this button. You can slide this back and have the sun like that. Let's see how it looks when it's open. Oh, so this is a cool feature. I kind of like when some roofs go over the roof like this. Kind of looks a little classy. It also reminds me of like tuner cars from like the 90s and 2000s, like Eclipses, Tegras, stuff like that. I always liked how that looked when the sunroof went over like that. Well, I would assume this is to pop the hood. There's no label on it. I have yet to actually even look. Let's see. So, standard 2-liter turbo in the back. I'd rather a turbo be in the front. It's easy to access, or if you want to, you know, get a bigger turbo. Any modifications, I think, is easier if the turbo's in the front. But turbo's in the back. I mean, there's a good amount of space back there. A single fan to cool on this engine. I think they may need dual fans. That may help better with cooling. But yeah, that's all in there. I guess if you would want to like change out the suspension, get coilovers, get a strut brace, you're taking all this off. Yeah, you gotta take this off. And then I guess if you want to get a strut brace, you're taking this cover off, or maybe you can just cut these right here to get your little brace in there. That's interesting. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Now I'll switch to my head mount. Hopefully everything works fine, and I'll go for a drive.